This guy writes, why do girls all of a sudden just stop talking? Maybe the conversation is boring. Maybe she's not totally interested in you. Maybe there's another guy in the picture. Maybe you're not getting to the point and you just keep trying to text. Maybe you're taking way too much of her time when you're not exactly that getting to the point. Maybe she has a ton of options with other guys and you're just one of many. It says, I match with a girl, everything is super fine. Another one is maybe she's testing you to see how you'll react. Are you going to blow up when she doesn't text you back in a full day? Or are you going to give her that space to basically get back to you? Anyway, match with this girl, everything is super fine, replies instantly, compliments me. When a woman's complimenting you, that is a big sign of her interest, even if it's like the most simple, basic, nice shirt kind of compliment. So when she compliments you, that's a very good sign of her high interest. But if you don't do anything with it, it doesn't lead anywhere. So you got to be direct, decisive, and then set a date. We talked about dates. She said yes. Then, parentheses, she is 19 and I'm 18, by the way. She said, are you 19? I replied 18. She just stopped there. She didn't even see the message. Probably read it on her notifications, but she didn't see it. It's been 6 hours. Well, at this point, you just wait. It's like you can't get too attached to like a Tinder date anyway. So it's just like, don't put as much importance on it, on each one. So if like you get rejected, it's like, okay, whatever. So what? I didn't invest. What I'm meaning by that is like, I didn't really invest a bunch of time and effort and energy into this. Is like, we matched on Tinder. I asked her out and that's it. If she thinks the age thing's an issue, then, you know, whatever, I probably don't want to be with her anyway because she's so worried about what other people think of her. So at this point, all you really can do is just back off and wait for her to respond. This happened to me a couple times. Like, why would you do that? Well, what was your response last time? Did you double text her? Did you say, hey, what's wrong? How come you haven't texted me back? Are we actually okay for the date? You know, if you did, that's going to basically eliminate your chance. We were sharing stories, talking about dogs and cats fitness, like everything was going perfect. Then you just disappear. Well, maybe it wasn't as fun of a conversation as you thought. And oftentimes, like, women use the phone and messaging to weed out guys. And so it's like, if he doesn't get to the point, if she feels like he's a little bit needy or needing that validation of constantly texting, constantly having those conversations, sometimes she'll just ditch you, dude. And she'll move on to somebody who's direct, decisive, gets to the point, who she has to work to get, who's a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of a mystery. She's going to choose those guys over the guy that's basically texting her every day. She knows exactly where this guy stands as far as his interest in her. So he says, I am sure not all girls are like this, but a lot are, and they just ignore you or ghost you. Then even some of them come back after weeks begging back, like, you disappointed me. You made me question myself. Yeah, I mean, it's like, you can't just let it get to you. You don't know the background. You don't know the other context that she's going through. And maybe she is testing you to see how you respond. It's like, either way, you just back off. And you got to be okay with backing off and walking away and then finding somebody else if it comes down to it. And you know that you're okay, and you know that you're self-reliant, and you know that you bring a lot of value. So it's like, well, that's kind of her loss. That's kind of the attitude you have. So all I can really tell you is, like, at this point, it's like, well, the move is to just back off and wait for her to respond. It's only been 6 hours, whatever, dude. I mean, it's just like, that's what you got to do. You can't, because if you do take action on that fear, basically, that you're experiencing right now, then she'll back off. And she probably knows that you're experiencing that fear and worry or whatever. Because women are often pretty conscious on how their actions make you feel. And so they do things sometimes like this that test you, test if you're strong. So there you go, dude. Back off. Don't take any action. Just wait for her to respond.